We're here today at the Royal Courts of Justice to do with the satanic child abuse case that was going on, the 3-week fact-finding hearing. We don't know what facts they've actually found out because they haven't divulged any information and they've kept it secret in the secret family courts. We've been here every day arresting judges, 3 of them, in contempt and dishonour and treason. They're acting fraudulently because we removed them from public office. We had 10 witnesses and they're still acting as judges in the Royal Courts of Justice. That tells you how much justice there is, not a lot. Basically, what we've been doing for the last 3 weeks is trying to get an audience with the judge. We've been refused that, saying we haven't got money, so we're not allowed to have an audience. So we tried to go down the route of common law and ask them about whether we're entitled to justice, even if we haven't any money, because justice should be denied to no man, not whatever the situation. They said if we do it all properly and put in a claim and everything, then we can see a judge. So we said we are invoking common law into their court. They wouldn't allow this. They laughed as if we was mad and sent us on our way. Eventually, yesterday, we did put in an application for the court. And it was turned down. We put in an application to basically take Barnet Council to court for kidnapping and child abuse of kids, children. That was denied by the judge, so we are going to appeal that and put it into the Supreme Court of Justice. As far as I can tell, everyone has tried to cover it up within the legal system, and all the judges are trying to hide the facts that are going on because they don't want anyone to know about it. That's why they did it in a secret family court. And they are secret because you can't even get into them, they're that secret. And yeah, the judge was there at 10 o'clock this morning. She'd done it really quickly. By 10:30 it was all done. No one was coming out of the courtroom. They must have left by a side exit. Basically, there's a lot of people involved in this case, a lot of powerful people as well. So we're tilting in the right direction, but we need justice. We're not interested in money, anything else. We want justice and honour back with the people from the judges, because the judges are just working for the banks. The banks control the governments control the judges, and they're all in each other's pockets. And it's a sad day to see that the banks actually control MI5, MI6, Secret Service, every policeman, every hospital, every government headquarters is all owned by the banks. Yes, you heard, you actually are controlled by banks. These people that say they have so much power are actually scared of a bunch of bankers. So the only way I can see us getting any justice is by the only way is what we've been doing, is coming down to the courts every day, handing out flyers, going on the internet, social media, YouTube, the actual real media, or so-called real media, the propagandists that tell you no truth whatsoever, haven't even come down to the courts to find out if any of it is truth, any of it is hoax. So to me, they're in with the cover-up, basically, that's it. Basically, it's government stealing your children, selling them on the adoption market, and making lots of money out of it. It's a big profit. 140,000 kids go missing every year. Where do they end up? Some of them are never seen again. So, the only way we could get justice is by signing a petition as well, which we've got on change.org with 14,000 signatures. Ready to go into court and give that to the judge. We tried to do that for the last 3 weeks, which they've not let us, as I've explained already. So we're trying our best, we're trying to get to the bottom of everything, but it's hard. So we need your help, everybody out there. Trust me, it's not a hoax. If you think it's a hoax, we've been at the Royal Courts of Justice for 3 weeks. You should have came down. I did tell people, if you think it's a hoax, to come and speak to the people that's down there, and we'll put you right. That maybe some of it we don't know yet until it's all let out in the open, but that's not going to be for a little while. Anyway, apart from that, we actually moved away from the Royal Courts of Justice to film in private and a bit quieter. So we went over to across the road to somewhere called the Temple Bar, the New Court Temple, where we was approached by men in black suits saying they was close protection officers.
I'll be two people at once. I'll agree with one person once, but not two, yeah? Okay, if you want to find out more about it, I would ask you to
I explained to them that your Acts of Parliament and statutes do not apply to me at this precise moment in time because I'm standing under common law in a common law jurisdiction. You have no jurisdiction over me. He replied, I know, we're working with you, we're just doing what we're told, we know what's going on, we've worked here for a long time, we know there's insidious people in here, and there is a lot of insidious people in the legal system. Judges used to be ex-bankers, lawyers. I don't know, I don't understand it. A lot of pseudo-paedophilism going on in the justice system, but it still keeps getting swept under the carpet, like Epstein, swept under the carpet, Leon Britton, swept under the carpet, raided his ass 6 weeks after he's dead. That ain't going to do no good, is it? They just keep investigating people once they're dead. Jimmy Savile, dead. Oh, they investigated him. Oh,
Cyril
thank you very
Smith,
much.
yeah.
Cyril Smith. Yeah, the list goes on and on and on. I suggest that people take this opportunity to go back in history and check out all of the government's mass paedophile rings and cults that have been going for the last 50 years. Longer than that, the last 150 years. Where do all these kids go? They're lost in the system. It's like traffic. That's what it is. It's like traffic. It is like traffic. They're trafficked out to foreign countries. They're bought from foreign countries like Africa, India, all over the world, bought to this country, get put into our system because the people don't know the laws of this land or even the Acts of Parliament or the statutes. The kids get stolen off them, put them into forced adoption where they make a hell of a lot of money. Each kid could be worth £500,000 within their lifetime. And they're stolen, they're not even took with legitimate reasons because, let me just say something, if you check this out, and correct me if I'm wrong, but every court in the land and every corporation and company in the United Kingdom has been bankrupt since 1930. So that means every court case that's ever been passed in the last 80 years is null and void and fraudulent. So you tell me, are they running a fraudulent system on promissory notes and basically just one big fraud? There is no money, there is no gold, there is no money. Them bits of paper are called bills of exchange. Yeah, you exchange them for food, that's it. That's what goes on in the court. They're all running around like rabbits with bits of paper that ain't worth anything. We just have to show them we're not interested in money. Like I said before, all we want is honour and the dishonour of the judges to be brought out into the light so that the dishonesty stops because we've had enough and the people are rising up and we will take back the power of the courts because they're our courts. They're not your courts, they're not the judges' courts, they're not the Queen's courts, they're the people's courts. They're the public, we are the public. They're our servants, they're civil servants, they're public servants. They're there to serve you. That is the point. You go into a courtroom, you let the judge know that. They're no higher than you, they have no authority over you. The police have no authority over you. Nobody has any authority over you whatsoever unless you give it to them. You consent, you give them authority. It's as simple as that. Just find out who you really are, that's what I tell you. Delve down deep inside yourself and find out who you are because people think they know who they are, but they really don't know who they are. When you find out who you really are, you will be free and you'll be able to live your life in peace because they've got you as a prisoner to their system. And it's always going to be that way unless we do something to change it. And we're now in the process of forming a grand jury which we are allowed to do, which is law, and we've applied to MP, the members of Parliament, to give us a property which they have to do to form a grand jury. And the grand jury will be higher than any of their court of this land, because their court is all commercial court. It's all for commercial property purposes and properties. So it's basically all to do with commercial. That's what courts are. They're courts of equity. They're not courts of justice anymore. There is no such thing. Courts of injustice it should be, or the courts of no justice. The justice is for the people that pay the most money. That's the justice. Period. People that pay the most money. Period. End of story. If you've got the money, you'll win the court case. And let's remember, it's not real money. Gold is real money. Bits of paper ain't worth nothing. Promissory notes, bills of exchange.